Alex wants to know if we got the LG Marquee. At least that's what the back of the box says. And I'm proud to say, my friends, we did. What's going on, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com. And the LG Marquee is in the house. It's a mid-range Android device, and it's based on the LG Optimus Black. It's been available overseas for some time now. Now, this isn't going to win any crazy awards on the high-end front. It's not going to beat the Evo 3D or the Photon 4G, but it's a decent mid-range 3G device, rather, that should appeal to a lot of customers. This is a device for you. We'll find out in the unboxing, but first, special thanks to my friends at Best Buy because they hook us up with phones just like this for use in our One Paw Bandit game. They're constantly giving us phones, so special thanks to them. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, get your text messaging set up and more. So when you walk out that door, you're text messaging grandma, you're emailing your friends, you're taking pictures and more. At Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. Also, special thanks to my friends at LG for hooking us up with a review unit. But enough of that, let's get into it. LG Marquee, is this a device to get? Should you spend a little bit more money and get the Evo 3D, the Photon, or even the Epic 4G Touch? Let's find out starting right now. So here we go, another Android phone coming from Sprint. This time around there's no 4G, it's just a mid-range Android device, but it's the LG Marquee, and it's coming in full force on October 2nd. Pre-orders start, I believe, September 29th, so those have already kicked off. But again, mid-range device, no 4G capabilities here, has a single-core 1 GHz processor, 4-inch display, Nova display, and then a 5-megapixel camera, a front-facing one as well. So you can see what the back of the box looks like here. Alex says, did you get the new LG Marquee? And then me says, yes, I don't really think that looks like me, but me, yes, loving it. It's super slim and light. It has a bright and clear display, even in the sun. I can't wait to get one. Anyway, Wi-Fi capable, 5-megapixel camera on the back, 2-megapixel camera on the front, and the back camera takes video in 720p as well. So in the box, actually, let's not even look at that. Let's just see what we get in the box. So here's the device. It looks a lot like the LG Optimus Black. It's available internationally. And then you get a micro SD adapter, and down here you get your getting started stuff. Oh yeah, my friends, you know I'm going to do it. Getting started, all you need to know to get going. Vamos, todo lo que tienes que saber para empezar. Let me try that again. Todo lo que tienes que saber para empezar. And then over here, nothing. Important information for the LG Marquee. And then you get your recycling bag here to send back to Cell Phone Recycling Center. So you can recycle your old device. AC adapter module, USB cable, and then what looks like a micro SD card. The adapter, so I'm assuming a micro SD card, comes in the box. You've seen what a USB cable looks like. I'm not even going to open that. But let's see here. Let's see if I can see the adapter. There we go. And you can see the back here, LG logo. Looks kind of nice. I'll take that sticker off so you can see it full shortly. But we have a battery in here. Typical 1,540 milliamp hour battery, 2 gigabyte micro SD card. So 1,540 milliamp hours. It has a 4-inch display. So I'm assuming battery will be pretty decent. Location privacy. Let's go ahead and take this off. Getting sidetracked today. Pull that off so you can see the device. It's a good looking device. It's relatively thin. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Evo 4G in terms of design. You can see that 5-megapixel camera on the back. Let me get this sticker off too so you can see what the back looks like. Very glossy and kind of a metallic looking back with some lines on there, and then the LG logo down here at the bottom. But you can see it's already becoming a fingerprint magnet. Click around there a few times. So, you know, if thing that bothers you, this may not be the device for you, but most of the devices are fingerprint magnets these days, so there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. So you got your volume rocker over here on the left side. You got a shortcut, what looks like a shortcut button over here on the left side as well. And then up top you have your 3.5mm headphone jack. You got your micro USB charging port with a battery with a sliding door, so you can close that up and keep dust from getting in. And then you have your power button / lock button over there. Nothing on the right side. No physical camera button. It doesn't look like, unless this acts as a physical camera button. We'll see. We'll press it down and hold, and we'll see. So it's loading up right now. And you can see stock Android 2.3 with the exception of Sprint ID. So you do get Android 2.3 out of the box. Front-facing camera up there, like I said. 2 megapixels. So again, mid-range device. You're not going to get the 4G capabilities on this device. So if that's something that interests you and you still kind of want to be around this price point, I'd say take a look at the Evo Shift 4G or something in that general price range. Sometimes you can find some of the higher-end devices for cheaper as well. But out of the box here, let's see what you get. You get some Sprint stuff. You get Sprint ID, Sprint Mobile Wallet, Sprint Zone, Visual Voicemail, Smart Share, and then some Google stuff, news and weather, of course, Google Talk, YouTube, but all of it in stock Android 2.3 look. Now, Sprint ID is pretty interesting. It's been coming on some of the higher-end devices as well. Let's take a look at Sprint ID to see what we get out of the box here. We'll continue. Looks like you just get one ID option, but you can always get new ones from the Sprint ID market. Then you have your capacitive buttons down here. You have home, menu, back, and search. So, again, not going to win any awards for speed. It's definitely going to be trumped by the Evo 3D and the Photon. But for those people that are coming in, they're like, I don't want to spend $200 on a device. I only want to spend a Benjamin or so But I still want a device that's relatively decent. This seems to be the one. Now, because it is stock Android 2.3, it has 5 home screens, and you can see just scrolling in between, especially after working with the Epic 4G Touch and the Evo 3D. Some of these devices that are on totally the opposite spectrum, or into the spectrum, if you will, you can see that there's a little bit of a lag. I pick up on a little bit of a shudder every now and again, pulling the notification bar down, or when scrolling over, you can see it's just not as fluid as something like the Epic 4G Touch or perhaps the Evo 3D. But you can see there's just a little bit of a lag there. Now let's load up a messaging because I want to just do a quick test here. Let's see, new message. You get 2 keyboards. You get the gingerbread keyboard, and then you get swipe as well, pre-installed out of the box. So, I happen to enjoy the Android keyboard. It's pretty easy to use, and because you have a 4-inch display, it's going to be relatively easy to type on if you have bigger thumbs. So, for somebody that's president of the Fat Finger Club or in the member, you pay the honorary $69.99 fee to be a member of the Fat Finger Club. This is going to be one of your devices that you can choose from, because in landscape mode, there's a bit of screen real estate. So the Quick Brown Fox is happy. And you can see there's a little bit of a lag there as well. So I'm picking up on some system lag, even though it's running stock Android 2.3. There's just a slight amount of lag. It does have a single core processor, so you'd think even with a 1 gigahertz processor it'd be moderate, but again, perhaps I'm coming from some of these high-end devices, so maybe the experience will be a little bit different for you. Maybe you won't notice it as much as I am right now, because I'm coming from the Epic 4G Touch and some of these other high-end, super hot and also super expensive Android devices. So again, Sprint ID, Sprint Mobile Wallet, Sprint Zone, Visual Voicemail, a lot of the Sprint stuff you can uninstall, although I'm not seeing any of the uninstallable programs available. Usually Sprint Wallet and those types of programs are unable to be uninstalled. Let me double check just to make sure. Usually it's Sprint TV and Sprint Radio and those that can be uninstalled. We'll check just to make sure. Obviously Sprint ID can't be uninstalled. Let's check Sprint Mobile Wallet. Nope. And then Sprint Zone. None of those can be uninstalled. So it doesn't have Sprint TV and Sprint Radio pre-installed, but the downside is you can't uninstall the existing stuff out of the box. So it's a good looking device. It has a nice look to it, a nice feel to it. It feels good in the hand. It's nice and lightweight. And it does have some nice features like 720p HD video recording. And it comes in at a relatively decent price point. It's supposed to land around the $100 price point, which is going to be a good tier for those people that are deciding, hey, do I want to get a really high-end feature phone, or do I want to get kind of a mid-range smartphone? I think the LG Marquee is a good option. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com with this device, so keep it locked on the site, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Follow me on Twitter as well, PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and keep it locked on the site for more coverage on the LG Marquee. We'll see you next time.